Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Stack Season 2. My name is Kelsey Coop Charles. Along with me, I got West Coast Dave and Antonio Brother Long Long. Fellas, how's it going?
Chilling, man. Another season.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
man, it was so refreshing to see Iowa State and Kansas State last Saturday. I ain't know what to do. I almost brought tears to my eyes, man.
I know. And then
That-
they had, and then I
roll
watched
tide.
Kurt Warner's son trying to do some things. And I told y'all on that text, I like that running back they got. I still don't know his name, but he looked like he could do some things at the college level.
Only problem, Fresno State ain't the Fresno State of our youth. That's the
Nah.
problem. You know, when they was dominant, you could say, okay, you might have to worry about them, but I ain't too sure about them right now. But
Yeah.
we'll get into that. All right. So to kick off season two, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in. Everybody that watches us on YouTube, because that's where the majority of our audience is, which is a great thing. You get to see our three lovely faces every week for the next 6 months. And then at the same time, for those of you that have picked up on the podcast, on whatever platform you get your podcast from, we greatly appreciate it. For community focus, want to hit on a few things. If you see behind me, I got my boy Kelly's jersey up. Me and Dave, Kelsey met Kelly when I got married, but me and Dave grew up with Kelly. Kelly was supposed to be a part of this. He was the inspiration for doing this back when we were going through the pandemic before things really got bad. Had a lot of different ideas. So I'm honoring him tonight for season two, and we're gonna keep that rolling. Um, for community focus, just a few things before we get into football because we got a big show tonight, big show tonight. Um, for all the folks in the community, and when I say community, I'm not just talking about black folks, I'm talking about all of us. Pay attention to what's going on in the world, okay? Um, don't depend on nobody. Don't think nobody's going to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. Focus on your own interests, but at the same time, look out for your fellow man. And then if you want a better community, it starts in your own home. If you can't control your house and you can't control what's around your yard, you cannot affect change in the community.
Yes, sir. Plus 1,000 to all that.
All right. Uh, and then ultimately control what you can control. I know a lot of people they stressed out about what's going on in the world. You ain't got no control over it. You can only control what you have responsibility for. Um, you made the choice to allow your elected leaders to do this here. You gotta live with it for at least for the next year and a half. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do. And then one thing I'm gonna say about my peoples of color, I'm so proud of y'all right now. Boy, y'all are the most unbothered people I have ever seen in my life. Y'all don't care about nothing. If it ain't got a fan and it ain't got some cowboy boots in it right now, y'all ain't worried about it. And I'm telling you one thing. Where has this been for the last 50 years? Where y'all have been just so, it don't bother me what you doing long as you ain't messing up my groove. I completely agree. Keep it moving. Do what you got to do. But at the same time, make sure you handle your own business. But I have been so proud of y'all. Y'all have not taken the bait because they have tried to pull y'all into it. And y'all just looked at it like, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Well, I like that we doing that. I hate the boots on the ground and all them damn fans.
I do
But
too.
yeah, but I do like the unbotheredness of it because if it ain't got nothing to do about us, I don't care. Do whatever you doing.
Do you,
If this
baby?
is what you want to do, then you go ahead by me, all means do it.
Do you, baby? And then to finish this up before we get into it, again, pay attention to what's going on. I know we got the fans and the boots on the ground and whatever, but don't get caught up in the okie doke, okay? Their biggest thing is to show you one thing and do something else. Don't pay attention to the okie doke. All of this is a game. The whole thing is a game to keep you from being focused on what is important. And as long as you're not being focused, they're gonna try to do whatever. But don't fall for the okie doke, okay? They want to put you on a story that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But the real stuff that's going on is the most important stuff. So do it for yourself. People crying about kids ain't being taught in school. I learned on my own. I learned because my parents put something in front of me, made me learn it. Don't rely on teachers. Rely on yourself. Rely on your own abilities so that you can understand. We got some good teachers out there that do a fabulous job, but we know it's a thankless job for one thing, just because of the fact they don't get paid what they should. And then number two, because you ain't doing them with your kids, you expecting the teachers and the principals and stuff to make your kids better. That ain't gonna work either. It started at home.
Yep. It's never the kid's fault, it's the teacher's fault. And I know back in the day, it was always my fault first. Then it never went to the teacher. It was actually always my fault. And that was a good thing because it was my fault. Kids will lie. It's always their fault. It was always my fault. I ain't never did nothing where it wasn't my fault. When you go back and look at it and you get grown. Everything I did, I initiated, took a part of, and was a piece of. No, I could have. You always can make better choices. I ain't have to be around it. I could have just got and walked away, but nope. I either chose to stay around foolishness, initiated foolishness, or participate in foolishness. All on my own, let me use the volition.
Yeah.
So,
Miss B, your love.
Never believe a damn kid. Never, ever believe a kid. You cannot believe. They are always going to do what's in their best self-interest.
Well,
it's their way. It's the great circle of life.
Yeah.
Now, I will say a lot of the stuff that Dave got in trouble with when he was in school, I was probably right there with him because we were together most of the time. Miss Woodard, she loved us now, but couldn't stand us when we was in school just because. But the thing is, you don't put me and Dave side by side, and then when you can't stop us from acting up, put us across from each other. That was the worst move I ever seen in my life. That's just gonna make us talk more. All right, so got all that out the way. We want to highlight a couple of sponsors we have for this show and a couple of events that's coming up in the community. Mr. Lionel Angevine, he does all my photos, all my logos that you see on the podcast. He did an event for me on Saturday. Takes wonderful pictures. If you're in South Carolina and need somebody, he don't mind traveling. So that's one. And Miss Deisha Wilson on De La Creative Designs. Deisha does all my creative logos and my vinyl decals and things like that, which we're going to have more on as we go through the season, because this is a part of expanding SGP Productions into other things. Also, we have the Rocky Hill Baptist Church Scholarship Gala happening in December. It's posted on the Facebook page for She Good Peoples and 44 Stack. All the information you need to go for that. One of the things we are being positive about, we want to, not that we're sending anybody to school, but we just want to pay for the incidentals, because all of us have been to college and we know that is the brokest time in your life. So anytime somebody can help you out with a few dollars here and there, that's what we're trying to do. And then for the ladies, for all the ladies that's in the area, the ladies ministry at Rocky Hill Baptist Church is sponsoring a paint and fellowship. Come on out. They're doing it during on October the 18th. It's part of the breast cancer walk that morning, and then the paint and fellowship is right after it. I think it'll be a real good idea. One of the things we are trying to do, especially in the community, is bring folks together. Get us back to what we used to be, where the community was the main focus, and making sure that we taking care of everybody and everybody in a good place. All right. So that takes care of all the real stuff in the world. Let's talk what we know better than anybody else, and let's get to it. All right. We're going to start with college football. Saturday, Lord. Saturday is, and unfortunately, Saturday is my anniversary.
Oh, happy early anniversary, man.
I appreciate it, fellas. Appreciate it. but I'm trying to figure
We're
out.
praying for you.
I'm trying to
I'm
figure
praying
out
for you.
how I'm gonna get to 7:30 because that's what I need. How I'm gonna get to 7:30. I can have I'm gonna do everything I need to do prior to 7:30, but 7:30 LSU Clemson is where I'm gonna be at. Okay, I don't know what I got to do, but that's gonna be what I'm gonna do. All right. But before we get into that, last week started in Ireland. Decent game between K-State and Iowa State. Sloppy because of the rain. Just quick question, throw it out there, fellas. How y'all feel about starting the season overseas? Is it worth it? Or how do you feel about overseas games, period?
I don't like them. Yeah, because the time thing, and well, they put it on at 9. I just don't, because it's football is an American sport, American football, the FOTT, the FOOTBALL part. They like the FUTBOL. So
Yeah.
it's a waste of time to me. But I think they're doing whatever they can to expand the sport. More power to you. But yeah, I don't, especially for college. Why would you start a college game overseas? That college is strictly, is an American thing. When you play sports they do their little cricket and whatever the hell else they do. But yeah,
Right.
that starting college and American football in college overseas makes no sense to me.
Well, not only that, it was a conference game. So
Yeah.
that in itself they started last year, Florida State and Georgia Tech over there too. That was a conference game, and you see what it did to Florida State. It totally destroyed them because they weren't any good the rest of the year. You had some Coop?
Well, about revenue, they're trying to generate more revenue elsewhere. So, that's their play. Will it work? Did it work? Don't know. But it's a money grab. So,
Well,
let them have at it.
the NFL does the same thing, and I just don't feel like it's already hard enough playing the game of football. You traveling 6-10 hours, time zones, that's just too much.
But see, the NFL is professional, so they may be like, okay, well, put a team there. I can understand that. You're not putting a college though in Ireland that's going to play. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to put a football. If you look at it globally, the NFL can say, hey, we're thinking about a team. Okay, but you can't be thinking about a Big 12 team in Ireland. What thing Oxford? Where is going to be the Oxford? The Oxford Occidentals? I don't know what you can't do that. So you actually made less money to me, because if you would have had it at home, all of the boosters, all of the surrounding business that come, you would have made more money having it at home on one of them Big 12 neutral spots, somewhere where they could have all came. Somewhere where both of the schools could have came. This right here, you're not a professional league. You can't make Oxford into an American football school. So that's why it don't make no sense to me.
Well, even with the NFL, they Goodell keeps wanting to expand different games. I think they got 6 this year, 6 or 7. But you got to look at it. Even when David Stern tried to do this back after the Dream Team won in '92, David Stern realized real quickly. Now, we had an influx of players come from overseas, but there's not too many regular season games being played in Europe or played in other places that makes sense. Yes, China is probably one of your biggest. When Yao was big in China, China was one of your biggest viewerships when Yao was in China. But is it still at that level? And then what is it doing? Because I just don't see. It's hard enough to travel to a game, regardless. If you, from a player standpoint, you're not getting that extra. You're still getting your salary. So it's not like it's an experience more so than anything else.
And for the NBA, China is more of a merchandising play to me than it is actually what they care about the game. But see, even if you go by that angle, you don't have merchandising in football outside of running backs, the people you could see, because the helmet makes it not, numbers in football more than real, like, no offense, especially somebody overseas. You don't know no left guard, left tackle if you see them in the streets. You ain't Kelsey is the only one you gonna know just because his ass is all over the damn media. If any offense, you might know him the size, But
Right.
really, you will never know a left guard or a right guard from anybody on the street, except they'll be bigger than other human beings. So
Yeah.
you're not selling nothing.
Yeah.
Safeties don't do nothing unless you're a big time safety. I mean, really, corners don't even matter no more. After the lockdown corner thing we went through, who really knows a corner? If they see him in the streets, you would never know a corner, the regular person now if you see it, because there is no star corner. Jalen Ramsey is the biggest thing the everyday man would know because number one, Jalen has size. Two, he's in the news. Nobody or any other corner, the regular person ain't gonna know no more because they don't boost the corner no more.
You're right.
Most of your running backs, for that matter, too, outside of Saquon and Derrick Henry, you're
Yeah,
not
you
gonna know
don't
their
know these
names.
people no more. Football has turned into such a machine, the full machine thing that the individual, I mean, it's good, but the individual is sucked into the board. Really. Let's go Star Trek. Them cats is sucked into the board. And so really individuality don't really do nothing for you.
Well,
No.
you think about it, even
Like he said, you got the
you got
statistical anomaly.
Saquon only because and really if Saquon didn't have the season that he had last year, nobody would know Saquon. And the fact that he plays with the Eagles,
he's still in the Giants, they wouldn't know.
Right.
Why you think
I
they
mean,
got
when he was
all
a
these little
Giant,
diva-like qualities? So they can get noticed. That's why they can't be a regular person and get noticed. You got to color your hair pink. You got to have a little sweetness in your Kool-Aid, like T said earlier. You got to look different. You got to do all that movement with a chain on because you can't get noticed if you're not doing it.
you're
You
right.
sucked into the board. The shield is bigger than anything. Now, again, that's good if you're, into the big corporate, takeover. But the individual is really, like I said, you don't get much individuality in football. Going back to the regular point, it's a waste of time going overseas because ain't nobody gonna know them cats.
You're right. It's an event for them. For us,
Yep.
it's a passion. For them, it's an event. That's what it is.
Yep.
All right. So let's jump into college football, SEC. Who do y'all feel like is going to come out of the SEC? We know it's been down. I don't know, Dave, how you've been hearing it since you're on the West Coast, but down here, everybody's woe is me because of the fact the Big Ten has won 2 championships in a row.
I told y'all this. And the reason why I'm so animated, what did I tell y'all about real money? All money ain't crap, the tech money. J.D. Peen's boom picking compared to what goes on with all of the West Coast school, all the Michigans and all that. They don't have Peter Thiel money. They ain't got Larry Ellison money. They got Pickens. I hope I find another old Derek somewhere in Texas to sprout up. You're dealing with real money now that can buy anything. Michigan alumni, that's real money. Washington, UCLA, the real USC. That's real money. I told folk the SEC thought they were gonna roll in and do that. The geography, they about the damn bag. And that bag is big in the Big Ten. That Northeast got old. Penn State got money so old that Queen Victoria from back in the 1770s don't even know about. That's old, long money, man.
The biggest thing about the Big Ten, and you think about it like this in comparison, I think the smallest school in the Big Ten has about 40,000 kids. That's the smallest school. And I think that, I want to say that's Northwestern or Maryland, one of them. I can't remember which one it is. The smallest school in the SEC, which is Vanderbilt, only has 5,000 kids that go to school. So the alumni, yes, it's prestigious and whatever, but the alumni isn't what it is. And you got to think about it. The people that support Southeastern Conference football are good old boys. People that grew up in the South, people that's all they know. That's the supporters for SEC football. Big Ten football are CEOs, tech magnates, superstars, and most of them have migrated. The reason why the Big Ten has such a good TV package is the Big Ten is 48 states wide. You know what I mean? As far as where people that graduated from these schools live. Most of the people that graduated from SEC schools, they still in the South. It's just real, you know. It's just real. But looking at it from the standpoint, do we feel like Texas and Arch Manning is the team to beat in the SEC?
Nope, I don't. I'll let y'all. I got my little thing. Kels, you go ahead since you ain't saying much. I'll let you start that one. I got my thing on this one.
I still think it's gonna be Georgia, even though Georgia lost a lot. I think until you beat them, I mean that's the team you go after. So Texas, I don't know. Alabama, they might be on the upswing. They always rank them high every year, but since Nick Saban left, don't know. We'll see what happens. Uh, LSU will probably start the season 0-1. I will say you do have 9 SEC teams, I think, in the top 25. But
Well,
I'm just thinking Georgia State will be the team to beat.
I would say with these 9 teams that are 9 or 10 that's in the 25, they at least 4 of them is overrated. I do agree. Texas will be up there, but Texas probably is going to be 0-1 after Saturday. We'll get into that. Then also, Kirby's still Kirby. Kirby ain't going nowhere. No matter what going on, Kirby's still Kirby.
Exactly.
Alabama, I think now that they've gotten Saban kind of out of there, I think Kalen DeBoer is going to be a great coach for them. Every place he's been, the man has won. So once he gets his type of players, they start playing his type of football, Alabama's not going to fall off. I'm already ready for Brian Kelly to get fired. I already started that movement already. I mean, now I'm a Clemson fan, and I love the fact that we're playing LSU the first game, but I'm just going to say this here. LSU is going to come into Death Valley, get tore out the frame, and then when it's all said and done, Brian Kelly going to sit there and act like, well, we did everything possible. No, you sorry. You a sorry coach, period. And you need to leave the Southeastern Conference. I don't know who you convinced to give you a job 4 years ago, but they stupid. I know you wanted to get back on top quick, but the thing is this here. Brian Kelly has no business. Look at Notre Dame. Ever since Brian Kelly left Notre Dame, my boy got Notre Dame thriving, playing in championship games, playing good, thriving, winning big games. Brian Kelly has never won a big game. Ever.
He's not relatable. As a coach, you got to be relatable. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think LSU has too much talent to be the 6th best team in the SEC. Too much talent. They probably got more talent than Bama and Georgia. Nobody understands that unless you pay attention to that.
And every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
They get the best talent. I got what Kel said. I got Alabama, Georgia. I actually think this is the reserve. I think Alabama comes back this year. I think they are going to be. It's going to come down to them too. But I do see. I got a little itch that Alabama's going to come back this year and do some Alabama things because I seen the boys, coach the team to the national championship. They came up short, but we all know he knows how to coach football and at the highest level in the highest game that you can play. Right. So.
Right.
Now, like you said, he's getting them boys in. It take about 2 years for you to cycle through, people's stuff. So you can now get because what I always say, like with Clemson, it's the junior and senior year of the cats that when you really start to see them shine.
Right.
So when he get them boys in, they getting up, and then you can accelerate now because of the transfer portal and all of the, the NIL stuff. I do think Alabama is going to be the team, the outside team nobody's looking at that's going to win the SEC.
Dark horse.
Yep. Dark horse like that. Yep. Yes, sir.
Well, can we really say they're a dark horse, though? Just because
I will say that because DeBoer is not Saban, and he doesn't get that de facto Alabama respect yet.
Okay.
But I actually think he may, they never, how they say, you don't want to be the man after the man. You want to be the man after the man, the third one.
Yeah.
And the second one. And I just think that he may actually buck it because he don't get crunk. He don't get too high. It seems like he is strictly football. He focused. He don't get emotional. I think he may be one of the first to be, outside of what George Seifert coming after Walsh.
Yeah.
That might be the next, I ain't even gonna count.
Yeah. Yeah.
Switzer
You're
fell
right.
into a damn Super
That
Bowl.
don't
Yeah,
even break.
but
Don't even
yeah,
break that. Don't even put
from
that up there.
coaching perspective, Seifert probably was the person that I can think of coming after somebody and actually holding some success. Because you usually want to be the next one after that.
Right. I guess the other thing about the SEC right now, and I'll say this really, SEC has always been top heavy. They have a lot of teams that have wins, but it's still, if you look back over the last 40 years, it's 4 teams, y'all. It's been 4 teams. And the thing about it is Texas is gonna lose on Saturday because I can't see them going to Ohio State and winning. Now, if this game was in Austin, I might feel a little bit better, but I just can't see, and it's not because of Arch. Remember who Texas coach is, okay? I'll just leave it at that. All right.
Yes, I'm not a fan.
Sark will screw up a game now. Okay, remember now, he lost 2 games last year to Georgia. 2.
First ever underdog as a ranked number 1, right?
Right.
That's what, yeah.
Right.
As the number 1 team, they are the first underdog to be, the first number 1 ranked team to be an underdog to kick off the season.
And then
that's going to be an interesting game because that game will actually see, but not with. And this is another thing. I hate the 16 teams thing because the games, like even LSU and Clemson, is really, really big, right? But in essence, if Clemson lose and run it because it's 16 teams, this game would be so much bigger if it was last year, where you was 8. And if Clemson don't win this, you got to do what they did. You got to get rolling and get but with 16 teams, de facto, Clemson can lose this game and it don't really matter. And that's what I don't like with 16 teams.
No, it don't matter. But
it matters to me, but with 16 teams, it just it don't put the sauce in it like it would be.
Well, here go the thing, and everybody feels like the SEC is gonna get 6, 7 bids. They didn't get 6 or 7 last year, so that and quite frankly, they didn't deserve it because of the fact you saw what happened when they got in the playoff. They got ran out of the football stadium. Tennessee, Georgia, Notre Dame beat snot out of Georgia in Georgia. That telling you a whole lot right there. SEC is more myth than anything else. Yes, Alabama is the king. Yes, every now and again, Georgia can be Georgia, but at the same time, consistently, it has been the same 4 teams. And this is how I know things are crazy. The Gamecocks are the 5th, or right now coming in as the 5th best team in the SEC, and I don't see it. They have an impressive offense just from the standpoint. Lenore Sellers is going to be a great player for South Carolina. I do not see South Carolina beating the teams I don't see them going to LSU and winning the game, even though Brian Kelly can't coach nobody. I don't see them going there and winning that football game. The game in Columbia, and I'm just going to be, people going to say, well, they beat Clemson last year, but Clemson hasn't lost to Carolina in Columbia in 25 years.
Man, I got a thing that's just disgusting. If you see did I send y'all a little thing where the thumbnail of the Clemson South Carolina rivalry, and you gotta look really hard to see the fake USC winning in that thumbnail. That is a disgusting. So yeah, because when I was at the house this summer, the plumber came through and he was talking about the fake USC, and I said, man, how does it feel every season knowing that at the start of the season you have absolutely no chance of competing for or winning a national championship? I said, I don't know how that feel no more as a Clemson fan. I said, but does that disgust you? Man, I was in that cat, and I got the pictures of it.
Yeah,
let me show you some hardware. And I bust out all, DeAndre's rings and all. I said, you will never have this experience. I said, I'm going to give you an experience on the other side. This is what you aspire to. And then his boy said, man, you ain't even go to the fake USC. You went to Coastal.
Wow.
But, they used to be part of the university system.
He's standing for a team. They ain't done nothing since George Rogers darkened that tunnel. But man, I said, y'all out here, I said, how does it feel though? I said, I don't know this. So I'm gonna ask you because you on that side now. How does it feel to know at the beginning of every year you have absolutely no chance to compete for or win a national championship? And that just stops a lot of stuff when you say it that calm and with that kind of, gravitas. Because it's the truth.
But it keeps
level of concern there.
They are the eternal optimists. You know what I'm saying? Because they always wait the next year. All right, let's put it like this here. This Sunday, starting Sunday, if you don't beat Virginia Tech, who I say is probably the 7th or 8th best team in the ACC, and there's rumblings already that, Virginia Tech wants Shane Beamer to come and be their coach because they can't get back to where they need to be. Now, Shane's an excellent recruiter. I take nothing from him from that. He's an excellent recruiter. I just don't think he's a coach. You lose games you shouldn't. Like last year when you lost to Ole Miss, you shouldn't have lost that game. You coming off a bye, you played terrible. Okay, but then you beat your rival Clemson, and really Lenore's beat Clemson. It wasn't Carolina. Lenore's
Poor tackling beat Clemson.
Right. Sunday's game is pivotal just from the standpoint. If you lose that football game, all the shine that you had, because everybody been talking good about the Gamecocks up until this point. So if you lose that game on Sunday, now ideally I would love for them to win majority of their games so that Thanksgiving is meaningful. But we all know you can look for them. They might come in 8-4, 9-3 to that game. It's not gonna be, they 11-0 coming in. Clemson's 11-0 because I can tell you right now, if Clemson don't lose Sunday,
they're not losing.
They won't lose. Sunday's the only game where you can sit there and be like, this might be a prop. And only because of talent. It ain't because of coaching. Because I can tell you right now, because I say again, and I will say this until I can't say it no more. Brian Kelly cannot coach, okay? Let's just be real about this, all right? He cannot coach.
And I also wanted to say, I had another dark horse in the SEC, but Galloway is hurt. Florida, I think, thought was going to make some noise if Galloway didn't get hurt.
You know what?
He got hurt, so now it's a wild card.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
You know what? And shout out to fake USC too, because I do like Lenore Sellers. I like Lenore Sellers a lot. My two favorite people in the SEC actually are Lenore Sellers and Galloway. I like both of them cats. Except when Galloway got hurt, I just think that took Florida's whole thing just, down with them.
Look here. Last year, when they beat Clemson, I gave Carolina all the praise and whatever because Lenore Sellers beat Clemson by himself.
Left, middle, and right.
And then
right, middle, and left. Man,
I'm gonna say this here.
Man.
If he come out next year, I hope the Steelers get him because I sure need a quarterback. But that's another story for later on.
He built for that weather too. He got that kind of build for that weather.
Oh, he built for it. He built for Pittsburgh.
Built for that weather. He got that build for that weather.
He is a more agile, athletic Byron Leftwich.
No, I got something better. He is better than Roethlisberger in that what you just said. The more athletic, strong arm. Now we know. I'm not saying, I
haven't seen him throw nobody off.
You know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because Byron Leftwich, this thing right here, man, you can't throw a football like that. And I watched him as our starter for 2 or 3 years. But I actually think he's a better Roethlisberger at that stage of Roethlisberger's career. Not disrespecting what Roethlisberger went to become. But if we were to start at that, I would say that what you said, but switch it to Roethlisberger.
Right. Now I can back that. I can back that only because when Ben first came in, Ben had a big arm, but we didn't let Ben throw the football. Ben
was athletic. Ben could run too. People forget.
Ben
you weren't
run
tackling Ben
in the younger days. It wasn't
younger days. Yeah.
It wasn't until he went head first into the windshield that he slowed down. But other than that,
slowed down. Yeah.
Hey y'all think that's what happened to our boy Mike Williams, man? Why he had to retire when he ran his damn neck into that daggone goal post?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and I want to say Mike Williams and Deion Kane had the same type of injury. Unfortunate. But then you think about it, Mike Williams spent majority of his career with Justin Herbert. He had opportunities. I just don't think he ever recovered from messing his neck up.
Yeah.
Because Mike Williams was a beast.
Yes, he was.
Them 3 years at Clemson, he was killing people.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump to the ACC right quick. Well, before we go to the ACC, who you pick for the SEC championship game?
Bama, Georgia. That's who I got. Can
Pretty
it be
much,
Bama,
yeah.
Georgia?
Yeah, because they don't have
Okay.
divisions no more.
Oh, Bama, Georgia. That's who I got.
Who you got, Kels?
Say Bama, Georgia.
Okay.
Texas maybe next year, but not this year.
Okay. I'm gonna make a triple threat. Bama and Georgia. I just don't see Texas. Texas get a lot of hype, but Texas ain't it, and it's gonna be hard. Arch could have a great year, and Texas still lose 2 football games. That's just the way it is. I just don't see it.
Well, like I said, it starts Saturday, so we don't see.
Well, like I say, Vince Young ain't walking through that door, bro. Just be real about it. Vince Young ain't walking through that door.
I think that Vince Young, that right now, I think they're glad he ain't walking through that door too.
Well, that's now, but back in 2005.
I know.
The greatest football game of all time.
Me too.
I mean,
that's the greatest.
That is the greatest football game of all time. For those of you that wasn't alive to see it live, go watch it. Because it is more NFL talent on that field than you would ever imagine. And I'm telling you, that was 60 minutes of Lord have mercy. Because when it went down to the end, you were like, God, dog. You hated that they scored because you just wanted to keep going. That's how good that game was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. So, ACC, we all agree that Clemson is king. Who's going to end up playing Clemson in the ACC? And I got one for you because I want to hear what y'all say.
Could it be a repeat from last year?
With SMU?
Mm-hmm.
I got that too, Kels. I'm with you. I'm a what do they call? I'm a cosign.
But Clemson does play SMU in the regular season this year, and they coming to Death Valley. So that might, if that's their only loss, I would say yes. Prognosticators.
I can't see SMU losing to any other ace. Do they play Notre Dame? When do they get their rotation to Notre Dame?
I don't know if they get it this year or not.
Because that will be the game that they would lose. I don't see. Man, the ACC sucks in football, to be quite honest, outside of Clemson and
Clemson. Just say Clemson because it ain't.
I mean, Miami get it together.
I'm gonna give you a dark horse. Ain't nobody talking about. I'm gonna give you a dark horse. Nobody talking about Georgia Tech because people don't realize Tech had Georgia beat last year.
But I think that's more of a rivalry spirit than it is they can hold that through. That's Atlanta versus the country. That's Fort Benning versus the Mercedes. It's just that's a hype game. Georgia Tech, man. What they shared it with UW in '93, right?
Yeah.
That's what it.
91.
90. That's their highlight. That's their life.
Well, I ain't saying they're gonna win the national championship now. I'm just saying, can they play well enough? Because see, this year in the regular season, they don't play. Clemson doesn't play Georgia.
They still run that damn triple option thing.
No, he runs spread offense now. They got a new coach, man. They good.
Yeah. Let's see who they have this year.
Yeah, let's do a win-loss. Let's do a quick. You name them, we say win-loss. We say win or lose.
All right. Georgia Tech, Colorado. We won.
So that's going to be
that's Tech. That's Tech. That's Tech. That's Tech. I'm sorry. Colorado ain't got nothing, bro.
Gardner Webb. The week 2.
Win. Yeah.
Clemson week 3.
L.
Where it at?
Georgia Tech. In Georgia Tech.
See, you ain't even thinking about that, man. I don't care if that was in the student center of goddamn Georgia.
You know how Clemson can go to Atlanta and they go to Magic City, and you know it's a different story now. You know how that goes.
No, ain't that usually Syracuse? And that ain't usually Georgia Tech.
Yes,
that's usually Syracuse.
It's usually Syracuse.
It's normally Syracuse at home, not when they go to the Carrier Dome. It's normally when they at home.
you have in your mind straight up, like I had to ask this dude who told me that Drake won the Kendrick Lamar battle. You actually
Who said
think
that?
that Georgia
Who
Tech
said
game,
that?
I'm
Who said that?
names not to be known. Do you actually think Georgia Tech got a shot in hell of even competing with Clemson
No.
this year? Yeah. So again,
But because it's a rivalry, and because I have seen in basketball, especially, I'll just say it
yes,
like
yeah.
I've seen the Tar Heels with a much better team go to Atlanta and lose. It is hard.
Yes.
There are certain places in the ACC that is just hard to play.
But who has Georgia Tech upset in Atlanta? Like,
other than Miami and Florida State, nobody.
Exactly. Yeah. Outside of that, I mean, I got no unless we go on that law of you do so bad that eventually you got to do good. Train of thought, because that's what my youngest son Donovan is an LSU fan. This is what he's betting on. That they've lost so many opening games that it's actually their statistical time to win one. So hey, you're so bad. Is it Georgia Tech we think gonna be so bad that now they just gotta be good? I don't see that.
You know what that's gonna be? They gonna when LSU wins the opening game is when Brian Kelly ain't their coach. That's when they'll win the opening game. Okay, SMU's schedule.
If they don't have Notre Dame, who they got that?
They don't have Notre Dame.
They don't have Notre Dame. They only have their big games is Baylor, TCU, and Miami.
Yeah.
TCU don't get that like they used to now that NIL and kicked in. TCU used to be before NIL kicked in.
Oh yeah,
TCU ain't like that no more. Baylor ain't like that no more because of the NIL stuff. And like I told y'all in the tech, Carson Beck is still looking for the parts to his vehicle that were left in Chickasaw County. That is where his parts are there in Chickasaw County.
Let me tell you, Miami is the most overhyped school that you will ever hear. Cristobal is going to get fired this year because of the fact they not going to win football games. And he
won't get fired this year, though. He'll get fired next year. And they're going to say, because I'm telling you now, Beck is going to hurt himself. That third game in, that thing he got his operation for, the end of the season.
He going to get hurt Sunday night when they play Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's true, too. And they actually got Miami. They only a 1-point favorite in that game. Notre Dame.
It's only because they're playing in Hard Rock. That's the only reason. But Hard Rock is not the old Orange Bowl. That's why I don't understand.
No.
And then Notre Dame is starting a new quarterback that didn't play last year. That is why. That is the only reason why.
But that defense still gonna be that defense.
That defense gonna kill somebody, Bo.
Yeah.
Look. If Notre Dame was playing the ACC schedule, Notre Dame and Clemson would be playing in the ACC championship. We could pretty much agree on that.
Yeah.
There's nobody in the ACC. I want to see the total destruction of Florida State, not because I hate Florida State, but because you did it to yourself. So you deserve everything you get. So that's that part. If SMU makes it back, I'm gonna tell you now. If Cal would have kept the quarterback, I might have would have put Cal in this.
Yeah.
But since he decided he wanted to transfer, I think he messed up because he was in an excellent situation in Cal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you another dark horse for the ACC, and just because they play hard, Pitt.
Yeah.
They play hard. It's not that they more athletic.
In-state brethren do, but they can't. Right.
But they play hard. That's why Pitt doesn't have the talent that Penn State had. Pitt doesn't have the talent that any ACC school has. They just play hard. That's why they are what they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think about North Carolina and Bill Belichick? Couple of years away still?
Oh.
Years.
Matt couldn't win at North Carolina. And he got resources. It ain't like he ain't got resources. Belichick ain't winning. And from what I heard, for what I've been hearing, Belichick ain't even trying to be the coach. It's his sons.
2 seasons. This will be a 2-season experiment.
I heard a dude today say it would shock him if he's on the field Monday. Really? Monday. They play Monday night against TCU. He said it was shot until he sees Bill Belichick on the sideline. He ain't ruling nothing out because there is a large faction that do not want him to be the head coach of the University of North Carolina.
Well, somebody hired. Well, Bubba Cunningham hired him. So
Well,
there you go.
I think Bubba wanted to have somebody there, but the thing is, you could have got somebody.
No, but I know why Bubba did that, and he did it for the team I love. He needed to jumpstart the NIL, and you needed a person that you could gravitate towards because North Carolina knows it ain't about the damn football team. It's about them Tar Heels basketball team.
Right.
What Belichick did benefited Bubba. See, people, this is closet genius to me now. The more I'm thinking about it, he actually got Belichick to come in, knowing that name, and he wasn't going to be without the rest of the resources with the NIL, so he could pump up the basketball program, which is actually going to make the money. So I don't give a damn whether Belichick on the sideline or not when it started. He was beneficial to my favorite team of all time.
The basketball team.
Yeah. The basketball team.
Yeah, because they needed because they needed at a deficit. Yes. They were started at a deficit from an NIL standpoint because of the rules they had put in place. So they needed something to kickstart. All right. So let's jump to HBCUs. In the MEAC, South Carolina is going to be just like it was last year. South Carolina State, North Carolina Central, as always. But in the MEAC, it's going to be more eyes on the MEAC just because of the fact Michael Vick is now the head coach at Norfolk State, and Deshaun Jackson is now the head coach at Delaware State. So that's going to put more eyes of national people on the MEAC from where it was. Now, I don't know, Dave, if you realize there's a big fight right now between South Carolina State and A&T because South Carolina State is supposed to go to Greensboro for this game. Now, you was in school when that was the highlight game that you wanted to go to. They only gave South Carolina State 2,000 tickets, bro. You already know that's ridiculous because the crowd was going to Greensboro. So it's a little back and forth, and then there's still a little hatred because of the fact A&T left the MEAC to go to the SWAC.
SWAC, yeah.
And hadn't did nothing since they left. So let's just be real about it, okay?
Hey, shout out to the Fayetteville State Benedict game on Saturday. I met a cat at a little gathering. My niece, who's going to be Coastal Carolina, shout out to Kaya Sampson, who started. I met a cat. He plays for Fayetteville State, so good luck this Saturday, dog.
Yep. And then in the SWAC, as always, it's going to be Jackson State. Whoever wins the Jackson State Southern game is probably going to be your representative in the Freedom Bowl. So that's pretty much, it never changes. Grambling got to get back to where they used to be. Because they are severely not Grambling anymore. FAMU is going to be, I think they ranked in 1AA, but FAMU kind of disappointed last year from the start of the season because I thought they were going to be a whole lot deeper than what they were. But watch, the big thing is going to be South Carolina State this year. Coach Barry in his first year wins the conference, gets blowed out in the bowl game, but that's from where we were to where we are now. That's impressive.
What game I watched last year? Was it North Carolina Central and State?
Yeah, and that
was a good game.
That game is gonna be on ESPN on a Friday evening. They moved the time. It was gonna be at 7:30, but they moved it to 5:00. But that's gonna be on the big network, and that's gonna be a pivotal game. Of course, it's gonna come down for the conference title, but at the same time, there's a lot of talent on both schools. North Carolina Central is right now the big dog. I think that's the other reason A&T is a little myth too. North Carolina Central is the big dog in North
both sports, right, basketball and football.
Yeah, so they're a little myth right now. So they ain't what they used to be. All right. So who do y'all think going to make the playoffs? Realistically,
Ohio State will be there.
Penn State will be there. Penn State is in the best position of every school in all. They will always make the playoffs.
But
James talked about this last year.
James Franklin gonna screw it up.
They will always make the playoffs, and they will.
Yeah, they're gonna make it
national championship or not. They will always be the third best team in the big or the fourth. They will always, and so they will always make the playoffs. And I thought about this about Franklin too. He is also a dude who inherited a complete shit bond show. And they never really dropped anywhere, like them 2 years. And then, so whatever Franklin does, he saved a program. That program was dead. They had dudes in showers with dudes. Now, I know that whatever they got, and he saved that program. So I know that he don't win a national. Hell, after Paterno won that damn one in 86
was their last championship.
So I mean, what do we act like that he doing? He ain't doing what his predecessor did. His predecessor lost for 30 years, 28 years after that. Yeah. 28 years. He did actually worse than Franklin did. Let me put it in the streets again. He did worse than Franklin did. Well, so what are we comparing him to? Michigan and Ohio State? That's what you got to be doing.
Well, that's what you compared him to. But the thing about James Franklin is James Franklin has always been a good team builder. And he turns teams around. His biggest downfall in wherever he's been is he cannot win big games.
Okay, so I got a question. With the big game now, it's the national championship, right?
Right.
Or one of your things. Outside of Dabo and Saban, and the last, like you said, the last 10 or 15 years, everybody then sucks. And Kirby.
Well, I'll say this about Franklin. He's been at Penn State the whole time. He's not beaten Ohio State or Michigan but once.
So how does Kirk Ferentz get all this love?
Because he's
a total nobody loser. Cares. But Franklin is a loser because he can't beat Michigan State and Ohio State. Kirk Ferentz, everybody want this man for a job, and he ain't never won nothing. So what? I don't know where we go. I don't understand this.
But Kirk Ferentz got Big Ten championships though, because the difference is Kirk Ferentz has taken down Ohio State. He has taken down Michigan over the years. Now, he don't do it consistently, but over the years, but he's at Iowa. Nobody cares about Iowa, okay?
But Penn State, I got a question, though. If Penn State ain't have them sorry 2 championships in the 80s, where they happened to beat Miami once and pulled off a miracle, what is it that Penn State got that Iowa got? There's nothing football in the state of Pennsylvania. They play hard. You're right. They like your team. They do the flash dance. They in the steel mills. They get some water poured over them and But really, they ain't got nothing either. So I don't know what it is. Iowa and Pennsylvania from a football aspect is pretty much the same.
So what you're saying is that Big Ten is overrated because it's 2 teams.
It's actually 2 teams, but Penn State went to Georgia and beat the big dog of the SEC. That is the difference.
No. I'm not going with that because you got to remember Notre Dame beat.
I mean, not Notre Dame. I mean, not.
Notre Dame beat Georgia.
Notre Dame beat Georgia.
But then Notre Dame beat Penn State. So again, Penn State beat SMU. SMU was too much for SMU. I'll just be honest about that.
So when do we say Freeman is overrated? Because it already happened. If he don't get and win a national championship here soon, the dogs are going to come a-barking, and it's going to be like, well, he can't win the big game because he'll get there, and then he'll lose.
Well,
so when do we do that for him?
If Notre Dame crazy enough to get rid of Marcus Freeman, because let's remember something, Notre Dame hasn't won a championship since 1988.
Okay, Penn State ain't won since 86.
New hope.
So if they get rid of Franklin, who do you hire that will catapult you to the national championship that's available now? And Nick Saban, he ain't coming back through them.
There's nobody.
You will still be number 3 in the Big Ten.
There's nobody.
Still be number 3.
Now the people at Penn State are not going to fire James Franklin. I'm just putting out there exactly what it is. James Franklin is never going to be he hasn't even won a Big Ten championship.
No, he hasn't.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, it's still the Big Ten is the same Big Ten it's been for 50 years. Okay, it's Michigan and Ohio State. You might get a glimpse of Michigan State here and there. You might get a glimpse of Wisconsin here and there. But other than that, that's it. And now that you got the newbies in there, can Oregon? Now I'm gonna be honest. I think Oregon playing in the Big Ten is a disadvantage. I'll just say it like that. Okay. Yeah, they got the uniforms and everything. I just think it's a disadvantage. I think USC playing in the Big Ten is a disadvantage.
It's too much travel.
It's too much travel. But then SC ain't. This is not Pete Carroll's SC. Okay. Let's just be real about it. All right. And then with Washington, everybody knows the only time Washington is great is when they're able to go into Los Angeles and get all the players. That's when Washington is great. Has always been like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That year with the boys, it was about all them
boys come out of South Central LA.
Except for one came out of from California. Yeah.
So Washington is probably out of the four that's over there. UCLA is just a dead program. Period.
Yeah. But I like what their governor did. If you're gonna take USC, damn it, you're gonna take
you gotta take both of them.
Which this governor should have did as well. You cannot abandon your state school. Oregon and Washington shitting on their state schools to me because you left both of them just dangling to reform. Now they will have a bigger Pac-12 next year with some good schools in it. Because I mean, like Colorado is actually trying to get over to the Pac-12, and it's a salvage though of what they let happen to that conference.
Well,
and they'll have, because there is actually like football on the West Coast ain't like it is really like it is in the Southeast, because that's really where the fanaticism is. Because Northeast, they don't care about it. The Midwest, they kind of do.
They care only because they got that old college loyalty.
Exactly, yeah. But I would say you got some good Portland State. People who go to these Eastern Washington. They go to these games they go to these games that support these little second-tier schools. And hats off to them, because the governors of both of them states left both of their other big time. Because Washington State, I don't know what their enrollment is actually, but I know they're probably bigger than every HBCU combined, plus 10.
Oh, yeah.
And you left Oregon State also, and you left them just out in no man's land.
Well,
to do nothing. And then the governor here let the University of Washington hire Washington State's AD away from them.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the thing
That's
about
a free market society. Don't get me wrong, but come on.
I hate the fact that they broke up the Pac-12 just because of the fact, not from a tradition standpoint. I just don't think it fits. Now Cal came in. I give them credit. They came to the ACC. They did well. Stanford is not going to do the same. We already know that. And this leads us into this here. If North Carolina and Clemson gets the opportunity to go to the Southeastern Conference. Now, the governor of North Carolina then already said you can't take them without taking state. Duke and Wake Forest don't matter because they're private schools, okay? Yeah. But state got to go. Then the other problem is, if Clemson started getting the SEC money, Gamecocks are destroyed.
I think they would split. North Carolina.
Gamecocks are destroyed.
No. I'm saying when you're talking about North Carolina and Clemson, I see North Carolina as a Big Ten school. I don't see them in the mold of an SEC school. They got all of that academics.
Right.
They are a Big Ten school, really.
But the thing about the Big Ten is they don't want to play in the Big Ten. And I think that was the whole driver. If the ACC has to dissolve, North Carolina doesn't want to go to the Big Ten. I think that's the biggest driver of all of it, because they've seen, let's put it like this here. When Maryland left to go to the Big Ten, it was because Maryland thought that they were going to get more money, which they have got. But Maryland still broke, because you know why? Nobody wants to see the Big Ten schools play against Maryland. You miss Duke, Maryland. You miss Maryland, Virginia. You miss Maryland, North Carolina. You miss Clemson and Maryland. Maryland destroyed themselves by chasing the money, and look at what it's doing to them. Because The same thing with Virginia. If Virginia goes to the Big Ten, Virginia Tech got to go with them. And I don't think nobody wants that. And see, just like back in the old days, Pitt actually wanted to go to the Big Ten. This is pre-Penn State days. Pitt wanted to go to the Big Ten. Penn State didn't want to go. Then it switched up on them because back in the late 80s, early 90s, it was supposed to be Pitt, Penn State, and Notre Dame and Syracuse was supposed to go to the Big Ten.
If it dissolves, to me, I see, like, to me, the way the schools fit, and you said Big Ten, Virginia's a Big Ten school. They ain't not an SEC school. They're a big, academic.
They're an academic school.
Yeah, big. Like, I see North Carolina, Virginia, the state-supported schools in ACC. That's what I'll go through. You going to the Big Ten. Clemson going to the SEC, and all of the Miami, Florida State, all of them can, if they create.
But here go the thing. The SEC does not want Miami and Florida State. That is the kicker.
And the Big Ten definitely don't want them. So they would be like Oregon State and Washington State.
That is the kicker.
They'll be what was that conference? The Big South.
The Big South? Yeah. No, they go back to the old Metro Conference.
Yeah.
But in reality, the SEC does not want Florida State and does not want Miami. Georgia would love for Clemson to come. Love it. That'll be right up their alley because Clemson basically is an SEC school.
Yep.
They just play in the ACC. But Georgia would love it. Okay. If North Carolina, Kentucky would applaud having North Carolina in the conference because they already know Kentucky don't care about no football. Kentucky care about basketball. And if I get to play North Carolina twice a year, come on, man. That's what it's all about right there.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, we ain't got to do the rest of this. Saturday, get up Saturday morning, watch Lee Corso's last official game day. If you didn't see the special last Friday, where they were highlighting him, it'll bring tears to your eyes because the thing about it, whether you like Lee Corso or you hate him, honestly, the thing about Lee Corso is college football.
Go like all Dick the way Vitale back. Is college basketball.
Just like Vitale is, yeah. When Vitale ain't able to announce games, it's a sad thing. Not having a headgear pick at the end of game day is gonna be different, And I'm gonna post this week some of my favorite headgear picks. Now the one where he broke out Sweet Home Alabama, that was the best thing I ever seen in my life. I was like, now you can't beat that. But then the other thing about Corso is Corso is 60 years of college football from coaching and playing. You go all the way back. Remember, the backfield at Florida State in the 50s was Burt Reynolds and Lee Corso. Man. That's say all you need to know right there. Burt Reynolds was his best friend in college. Okay? Burt Reynolds, the Bandit and the Sunshine Schooner. Okay? You can't get no better than that. So happy retirement. Gonna miss that on Saturday morning.
You ain't say Sharky's machine, man.
No, Bo. Smoke and the Bandit is the classic, okay? That's the classic. Look, that's a show unto itself, Smoke and the Bandit.
Man, you ain't even mentioned Sharky's machine.
No, I ain't. Look here, when it comes to Burt Reynolds, you start with Smoke.
I'm not,
and you finish with Deliverance.
Sucked.
All right, so here go the schedule on Saturday. Well, starting tomorrow. Sorry, not starting Saturday. Tomorrow, Boise State, South Florida. You got East Carolina, North Carolina State, backyard. Now, they hate each other with a passion, okay? So if you don't know anything about that game, those are two schools that hate each other. Nebraska and Cincinnati is Thursday night. Whatever. That's for you. Yeah. Then Friday night, we got Auburn versus Baylor. If Baylor wins this game and embarrasses Auburn, it's going to be ugly in Alabama the rest of the year. It is going to be ugly.
That would be a good game if it was college basketball.
If it was college basketball, it'd be great.
I would be all over that game.
But it's college football, and I'm telling you now, it's going to get ugly if they get thrown out. They're going to be calling for Cam back. That's how bad it's going to be. Georgia Tech and Colorado is the big game on Friday night.
Who?
Georgia Tech and Colorado.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's the big game on Saturday night. Then, on Friday night. Then on Saturday morning, the first game of the day at big noon Of course, it's Texas, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Syracuse versus Tennessee, which who cares?
Upset alert.
Who?
I'm calling
Syracuse?
it. Yep. What's the spread? You got the spread in front of you.
I ain't got the spread in
Let's
front of
see,
me.
Yes, you got the spread.
I'm ready to pull it up right now.
And it's upset alert on the spread if I think the spread is what it is, not upset alert on the win.
The spread for Tennessee Syracuse is
13 and a half.
13 and a half. You are correct.
Yep.
Hey, upset alert. Take Syracuse
And I
13
think
and a half.
this game is played in Atlanta too. It's not in, this game is part of the Aflac kickoff, so it's in Atlanta. So they won't be in Knoxville for this.
It's too much turmoil that went on with Tennessee. No quarterback, no quarterback.
Well, they virtually traded quarterbacks.
I know.
UCLA and Westboro, they traded quarterbacks basically.
And that's why the 13 and a half they're going to cover.
Okay, we'll see. All right. Marshall is playing Georgia. Kirby's looking to make a statement. I don't know what, but he's looking to make a statement. Coastal Carolina versus Virginia. Is your classmate going to continue to keep his job, Kelsey?
I don't know. I think he'll win this game.
Okay.
He'll finish the season out, but then he might be back in that orange next year.
I know he got to turn it around. I know they gave him a little grace because of the tragedy on campus, but eventually he got to win some football games. Then the big one Saturday night, LSU and Clemson. We already know
the Tigers will win this game.
Of course, the Tigers will win this game. The orange Tigers is going to win
this game. The real Tigers in the real Death Valley.
Brian, I sent y'all the text probably a couple of weeks ago. Brian Kelly going to run off at the mouth talking about they the real Death Valley. Bruh, you ain't never played. You ain't never won at Clemson, number one, even when you was at Notre Dame. And then you do realize these boys been waiting on you.
And the shout out to Brian Kelly for breaking Clemson out of the Clemson habit. You were the team and the coach, Notre Dame. That game actually broke us out of Clemson and made us run to the national championship. So, Brian Kelly, hats off to you for starting that run.
Well, I'll put it out there right now. He's starting us on our next national championship run.
Double entendre.
Putting it out there. All right, now we got an old Pac-10, Pac-12 brawl, but it's Pac-2 versus the ACC, California versus Oregon State. This is going to be an interesting matchup just because Oregon State is angry. I think Cal should have enough to beat Oregon State. I just put it like that. This here is one that's up in the air after Stanford stumbled around and lost to Hawaii last week. Hawaii plays Arizona, and Arizona is revamped and rebuilt. If Hawaii ends up 2-0, y'all, they gonna be they
will be 2-0.
They got a favorable schedule the rest of the way. You got if you like smash mouth football, you got Utah versus UCLA Saturday night. That's gonna be nothing but a head knocker right there. And then you finish up Saturday night with Colorado State versus Washington. We get to see what Washington has. And see which direction they're going. Then Sunday, 3:30, also in Atlanta, you got Virginia Tech, South Carolina. We already touched on this. This is a pivotal game. Shane Beamer, you cannot lose this football game. You cannot lose this football game. You cannot.
Who does North Dakota State play?
I didn't see. I think they played Saturday. I just didn't know who they were playing. They don't have nobody.
Nobody big
at the beginning of the year this year. And you know they moving to Division I.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years. Them Montana and Montana State is moving to Division.
They play the Citadel this Sunday.
They play the Citadel?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 60-point win.
Yes.
That's a 60-point win. And then Sunday night, you got Notre Dame in Miami. And what's going on? Marcus is going to destroy Miami. Miami.
Notre Dame, yes.
Going to destroy. This might not even be cute Sunday night. I'm just going to be honest. Might not even be cute. And then Monday night, if Belichick make it, you got TCU versus North Carolina. If Belichick make it to the sideline, I'd be more impressed. His girlfriend going to be on the sideline if nothing else.
Yeah, that's true.
And that'll be the talk. That'll be the talk the whole game because TCU. This is really an even matchup because TCU lost a whole lot. I don't think they're gonna be that great. I'm really kind of mad with the ACC for even actually putting this game on, but it is what it is. All
Hey,
right,
Belichick, it's the
I'm mad
name.
the network made that the marquee Monday night game.
should have
It's the
been
name.
actually it should have been Clemson LSU. Honestly,
Yes.
that should
That's
have been
what
the
should have
Monday.
ended
That
out
should have been the
Labor
Monday
Day.
night game.
Because
That
it
should've-
used to be Miami, Florida State.
yeah.
And they should have ended this out with that. Who the hell it wants to watch, especially because I don't care about Tar Heels football. Who the hell want to watch North Carolina and TCU play football on a Monday night on Labor Day? The last football game you're gonna watch before you go to work on Tuesday.
That ain't the one I wanted to see. I just put it like that. Not the one.
I'd rather watch the fall guy.
The unknown stuntman.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. All right, let's move on to what near and dear to our heart, the NFL. And let's just go on and get it out of the way. Kelsey, the floor is yours, baby. Tell me how you feel going in next week.
I feel nothing. I feel nothing. We're going to do what we normally do. We're going to do our 17 games. We're going on vacation. I'm just going to sum it up like that. I'm going to keep it short and simple. We're going to do our 17 games, and we're going on vacation.
Why do y'all do this, man? Why? I mean, honestly, why?
Because it's the greatest show. It's the greatest show on earth. Jerry is a media guy. He's a money man. So anything he can do to stay in the media, stay on stay relevant. That's what he's going to do.
He is Jim McMahon.
That's it. For all we know, Michael Parsons already signed. We don't know. We don't know what Jerry's doing.
I feel on the record, I feel no sympathy for Michael Parsons because I can't stand when another man is in another man's pocket. I'm going to always be consistent on that. Don't speak about another man's situation. Now you in that situation, and now you see what's going on. Stay out of another man's situation and pockets, because you never know when them chickens, roosters, whoever coming back home for you.
And you have to understand too, Dallas offered DeMarcus Lawrence whatever he left for. There's a reason why he left.
Exactly.
Well, y'all had demonstrated this whole offseason the reason why DeMarcus Lawrence left, okay? You get tired of that, man. You look, it's a business. I'm not gonna say it's not a business, but at the same time, you want to win too, man. You ain't just doing this for that.
There's a different type of business, and that's the part that Jerry doesn't see. If he actually steps out of the way and let the team be successful, if they win another Super Bowl, it's over. But he'll never see it. If he just get out of the way and hire a general manager that knows what they're doing,
but you know what?
They can turn around. They can win something, but he's making too much money to care.
I think Steven gonna be the same type owner though. Honestly,
I think Steven will be different. He's just saying what he's saying right now, so Dad won't write him out of the wheel. When he gets the rings, he's gonna do his own thing.
Yeah, you got to say what you got to say right now because you can't get written out the wheel.
No, I mean that's it. That's what $11 billion. I can't flush away $11 billion. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's more than $11 billion. I'm gonna tell you why. If the Lakers sold for $10 billion, the Cowboys are worth at least $20 billion. They are double the Lakers. That's why I say the speculation about what a team is worth. Until a team is sold, the Cowboys are double the Lakers. If the Lakers sold for 10, plus the stadium by itself is $10 billion because he owns it, which is a revenue stream. They are $20 billion easy. The market was set when the Lakers got sold. Any football team is going to be almost double that price. So you're starting at least $15 billion for any NFL team being sold right now because it's still basketball. $10 billion, that's nothing compared to what what's the worst team in the NFL? Jacksonville still bringing probably more money than the Lakers when you're talking about jerseys and football. So any football team, you're talking about 15 and up now. And the Cowboys, 20 at least. At least 20.
Well, they have them here valued at 10.1.
That died the way the Lakers got sold.
After the Lakers got sold,
that valuation is dead.
Because the Lakers, honestly, the Lakers were not the most valuable franchise until they got sold.
until they got sold.
Yeah.
All of this, they say what they worth. It's what I'm willing to pay you. Is what it's going to be worth when we hit the market. And when you got big media markets, people don't realize they just want the spin cycle of the news. And that's what Jerry is on now. Jerry is on his entertainment. He got his spin cycle. I'm thinking what Kel said. He know he ain't winning no Super Bowl. So he going to go out making the most money that he can. And at that part, he is by far the most successful owner in the NFL. Winning, no, but franchise relevancy, and we continue to talk about a team that hasn't won since '96. If that ain't the spin cycle, the what you want when you make one, man, that is a master class.
Every year.
Well, that's a master class in economics. Now, it ain't a master class in running a football team, but it's a goddamn going master class in economics.
Great business model.
Yeah, it's a business model for you now, because I mean, you got everything there, you got all the extras that he didn't put there, whatever. But the thing is, as a fan, you can sit there and you can truly say, we are never going to be worth anything as long as he is there.
Yep.
And you know, it doesn't help the fact that one, your arch rival is the Super Bowl defending champion. Two, you got your quarterback say dumb stuff all the time. Like, he gonna tell the Rams, I'm gonna meet y'all in the NFC Championship game. Come on, Dak. Stop smoking, bro. Because you know good and well, y'all ain't going to the playoffs this year. You already knew that. You keep hope alive. You keep hope alive, but you ain't going to the Super Bowl, man. Yeah, buy a ticket.
Exactly. Yeah. It's always
buy a ticket. Y'all ain't going nowhere, bro. All right.
Say hi.
All right. So I went up last week to see the Panthers. I got some concerns. And only from the standpoint of if the defense doesn't play better, they're not going anywhere. And that's my biggest concern with them.
Who they play again?
They played the Steelers.
Okay.
I know it was all backups, but
that was 13-10.
19-10. Yeah.
Okay.
But I watched the first two preseason games, and the defense has not. I know they've been vanilla and whatever, but the defense was a problem last year, and it's not going to be a great. If they don't improve, they're not going to do anything. Then on top of that, they traded away Thielen yesterday to Minnesota. I think he wanted to go home. Yeah. That's all well and fine for Thielen, but the thing is, you have no veteran presence on the wide receiver room now because you cut little boy from Clemson yesterday too.
Which one?
Did all the catching. The one from Myrtle Beach.
Ross.
Not Amari Rodgers.
No, little white.
Ross. Oh, Renfro.
Yeah.
Okay.
They cut him yesterday, so you don't have no veteran presence in the wide receiver room. Now they got an impressive wide receiver room. Jimmy Horn is going to be great as the third receiver. The Coakley kid that came on at the end of last year, he's going to be great. Leggett, you got to get his hands, but I ain't mad at him because he was in the video with Glorilla, so I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him, not one bit. Not one bit. And then Tate McMillan, he had the drops early on, but I think now if he played like he played at Arizona, he's gonna be a beast. But you know, it's very difficult. Some people can transition from that to the NFL easily, but that I see that as the biggest issue. Dave, what the Bucks looking like?
Win the NFC South, win a game in the playoffs. Depending on who that matchup is in the next one, we'll see. I got them winning the NFC South again and winning a playoff game again. I don't know how far they get from there. Atlanta, I still got to see it. Still got a quarterback who ain't really played. And it's the Bucks division to lose again.
Well, I'll say this about the Falcons. The Falcons offense ought to be dynamic. Falcon defense is what's gonna be the problem.
Yeah.
If they don't find somebody to rush the passer, the Falcons, if Falcons win a lot of games, it's gonna be 55-44, stuff like that. Because they defense leaves a lot to be lacking.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm seeing, man. I see them catching the South again and catching the playoff game.
Okay.
And whatever happens from there is what happens from there.
All right. We're not gonna talk about my former team, even though I still got my stuff up and whatever.
Man, on the real though, what you think? Seriously, no, we got to get a tape.
He gonna win. He gonna win
man?
10-7. He gonna be 10-7. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's Mike. Mike ain't gonna lose. He gonna be 10-7, man. And the bad part, the only good part about next year going 10-7, even if you make the playoffs, you still in line to get a good quarterback because next year there's about 15 quarterbacks that should have a first round grade next year. So if you fumble your way into a quarterback, you ought to be good.
Yeah, you got 6 quarterbacks in the Heisman race. I was just looking at that. So you got Cade, you got quite a few. You got Nussmeier, you got Arch is in the running for
Arch is there.
And you got
Cade, Nussmeier, Arch, Lenore Sellers.
Lenore's going there.
Little boy at Arizona State. He's there.
The only 2 that weren't quarterbacks was Jeremiah Love and Jeremiah Smith.
Well, that's because you can't cover him if you had a blanket. And he the greatest. I ain't never seen nobody that smooth that early in his life, bro. Other than a young Randy Moss.
Who is Rogers' backup?
Probably gonna be Mason Rudolph, but Will Howard didn't play a lot in the preseason because he was hurt. But when before Rogers got there, Will Howard was having an impressive camp. So I think I
watched Will Howard last year. You don't want Will Howard.
I know, but
you talking about a big
game. You got to take what you got, Dave. Right now, my thing is, my hope, honestly, and I'm saying this as a Clemson fan, but as a Steeler lover, my hope is that Lenore Sellers would be there when the Steelers pick in the first round next year. That is my hope. If he's not there, I can see the kid from Arizona State being there. Everybody think Arch is going number 1. Arch is not going number 1.
Is Galloway available next year? He got
2 more. He got another year
because he was a true freshman, right?
He was a true freshman. Yeah, he got another year. So the thing gonna be, the question is now nobody's talking about this, but only football people know this. Nussmeier's dad is the offensive coordinator for the Saints. Plus, Nussmeier plays in Baton Rouge. It makes sense for him to go. Now, from a PR standpoint, if Arch comes out, that'll be the person to go get just because he's Archie's grandson and all of it. But Arch is not. Nussmeier is a better quarterback than Arch right now. And if Cade Klubnik wins a national championship, guess what? Cade Klubnik is either going to be the first or second quarterback taken off the board.
I don't think he's coming out this year.
He's senior. He got to come.
No, I thought he was. No, he was junior.
No, he is a senior. He's senior.
Oh, I thought he was red. Oh, okay.
He's senior.
Oh, okay.
Hey, he got to come out. So that's why most mocks have him he's either listed as the second, third, or fourth quarterback because it all depends on who doing the evaluation. Because Lenore Sellers in a lot of mocks is the number 2 quarterback behind Nussmeier. Everybody that's on this Arch Manning is not Arch. It's Nussmeier.
That's the name, that's that name.
Yeah, because really Nussmeier he's the prototype. He's another Justin Herbert. You 6'6", 230. You the prototype. You supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Okay. NFC preview. Give me your playoff teams for the NFC.
I think Green Bay will be there. Of course,
Eagles.
The Eagles will be there. Washington will be a wild card. You got the Bucks. Atlanta may be the next wild card. Let's see who else we missed.
Rams.
The Rams. You can't count the Rams out.
Yeah. That's it then, right?
Yeah, that's 7.
No, I think it's,
well, I'm gonna say. What do you feel like? What do you feel like the Lions and the Lions, Bears, and Minnesota fit?
Oh no, we all missing. No, we're missing them. It's 3 wild cards now, right?
Yeah.
So the Lions I do think the Lions will go in. The Bears, no. And who was the third team you said, T?
The Vikings.
No.
Ah,
I think
I
Green
don't
Bay
know.
takes that. I think
Yeah, Green
you'll
Bay's
get
got that
one
confidence.
out of that. Yep.
Well,
You'll get the Rams, the 3 wild card.
the Rams gonna win the West. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the 3
I
wild
agree,
card
yeah.
contenders
Now,
are.
it's a lot of folks saying the 49ers can rebound. I just don't see it.
No. I
not
watched
this
that
year,
game.
Now,
They
I'm
don't- yeah,
gonna give you
no.
a dark horse now. If they could play if the offense can be consistent, the Cardinals can be a dark horse.
Man, I love the little engine that could.
Yeah.
Oh, look!
It could be.
Look here.
It could
Love
be.
him to death. I love him to death. If Miami and I was smart, I would get Will Tua and get Kyler Murray. But
Yeah.
I know Miami ain't smart like that. So, it is.
Little pocket rocket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, little pocket rocket. He might be all right.
The two that I'm up in the air about is probably the Cardinals and the Panthers. Like I say, if the Panthers defense can improve, I got them making the playoffs. The Bucks will win the South.
Do you think they'll beat ATL out for that second?
Yeah, because they beat them twice last year.
That is true. Yeah.
That's what I say. The Falcons, before Kirk Cousins wet the bed the rest of the season last year. Remember, the Falcons had already beat the Bucks twice. So the Falcons was in the catbird seat and they pissed it away.
They pissed it away. Yep.
Yeah.
You realize Carolina could have won 10 to 10 games last
year. Yeah.
They had us in overtime.
Yes. Should have won 10 games last year. And that's why I say if the defense could improve just a little bit, they can make the playoffs. Now, I would say this here in the NFC, I don't see but one team out the West, and that's the Rams. Rams got everything necessary. If Matt Stafford's not hurt, it's the Rams. But if Matt Stafford is hurt, that opens the door for me. It's the Cardinals. I don't see the 49ers at all.
Man, and I'm not saying this because I'm here. Look out for the Seahawks this year. As a 9 and 8. Well, what is it now? Which could be 9 and whatever, 10 and 7.
9 and 8.
9 and 8.
Yeah, watch out because
with Sam Darnold,
they don't play for a quarterback though. It's like Philly. They got this team thing where it ain't. Yeah, because if I was to just say Jalen Hurts, and that was the reason they won the Super Bowl, we all know that ain't the reason they won. They won because of a solid ass team.
Let's channel
and Seattle has what I'm seeing. Yeah, they play that defense, and they do that offense enough the way you like Philly. They drive down the field and they just drive down the field. I'm not saying they going to win. I got them as one of them dark horses. They will shock you with their record at the end of the season. Because all of this, what I'm noticing now about football, we talk about the glitz and glam people. That ain't the people who win it.
Oh,
really, they ain't. It's football that's winning. It is good, well-run,
organization,
GM-controlled salary cap teams and a well-rounded football team. Having a star to me now, I mean, of course, Barkley is a star, but he's so understated. He don't come off, like that star. He's in star.
He just wants to win.
He wants to win. And I'm noticing
he doesn't care about the accolades.
I don't ever want, I'll get to a point, I don't want a star no more. Not like that. No, superstars. They do like CD Lamb. He does absolutely nothing for you. The diva y'all just inherited, Pretty Boy Roy,
DK
Sassafras. Yes, he does really nothing for you. These people getting all of this money. I actually am now at the point I want to avoid all them cats.
The two that actually got paid, Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, those were the only two I could sit there and be like, okay, yeah, I see that. Because Jamar Chase is uncoverable. And Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson playing with no quarterback and putting up numbers, man.
I'm about to be controversial again. They don't matter.
I know they don't matter.
Justin Jefferson
because of where they at.
Chase really but they don't matter. He's going to do all of that shit he do, and he's going to be what he always is. A playoff, maybe, probably not. He'll be.
No, they ain't going to make the playoffs.
Next year, 17 games at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll
17
be
games right now.
17 games and had to cover a man. That's going to be his thing. That's going to be his highlight.
Well,
Justin
right.
Jefferson's highlight will be catching the cover of man because it won't be catching a damn touchdown in the Super Bowl. CT tape. That's what my thing's going to be this year. Controversial tape.
well,
I don't want a star because they absolutely don't matter. What is he going to win you? Can he win you a game?
All right. Well, let me ask you this then before we go to the AFC. For the North, you got the Lions winning the division, or you got the Packers?
Packers.
All right,
And
we
that's
all in
straight
agreement.
emotion.
Had the Packers not lost Jordan Love in the first game last year in Brazil, the Packers would have won the division. That injury was more than what people made out to be, and let me tell you, we've been talking about Detroit for the last 2-3 years. You can't play that hard and don't think it ain't gonna come back on you, bro. It's going to come back on you. You can't play biting kneecaps every game and think
I wish nothing but bad and unsuccessful ventures for the crying truck driver. That's Detroit.
Why are you calling him a crying truck driver, man?
That's what he looked like. He's the crying damn truck driver. I wish nothing but unsuccessful ventures, a bad season, and you too should be 17 and take your ass home. I just said that's his new name. He is the crying truck driver.
That's his brand killer.
I can't stand that dude, man. I can't stand that dude. And they said, man, Smokey, like you said, Smokey and the Bandit, take your ass home, man.
Oh my God. All right, in the AFC, Buffalo, I think we can all agree on just because the division sucks. Okay. I got the Texans in the South. I got the Ravens to win the North. I got the Chiefs to win the West until somebody prove it. The Chiefs gonna win the West. My 3 wild cards is the Chargers, the Broncos, and I'm gonna bust you in the head with this one. And I thought about this real hard. The Steelers. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Looking at everybody that's in the same boat that we in, I cannot put any faith in the Jets. I think the Jets will be improved, but I can't put faith in the Jets just because they the Jets. Miami's not gonna be any good. The Colts ain't gonna be any good. Who else in Jacksonville's not gonna be any good. Then you go out west. I mean, I look for the Chargers and Broncos to be good. They just ain't good enough to beat the Chiefs. That's the biggest problem. And then in the North, Mike has won 10 games with nothing that looked like a quarterback. If Aaron Rodgers could be serviceable, I'm not wanting him to go out there and throw for 4,000 yards. If he could be serviceable, they're going to make the playoffs. And that's the problem. Because people get on Mike, and I'm on a lot of the Steelers sites, and I'm going to be honest, I get sick of them because they only come at Mike because he's black. I'm just going to be real about it. They only come at Mike because he's black. Because Bill Cowher had losing seasons, and y'all act like Bill Cowher was the greatest thing that we had. Chuck Noll, toward the end, had losing seasons, and Chuck Noll got 4 championships, okay? But you get on Mike. Mike don't do nothing but win every year. And sometimes you honestly got to look at it like, let's talk about this here. Everybody universally says that Lamar Jackson is the greatest thing in the NFL other than Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen, okay? He got a losing record against the Steelers. He cannot play against the Steelers. The Steelers shut Lamar down every opportunity possible. That don't come just because it's the Steelers. It's because, man, Mike coaches his behind off. We should not be as good as we are. But guess where we at? That's why we always pick number 20.
I agree. Y'all always make the play. I don't even know why you ain't say y'all name. By default, I put y'all in the playoffs.
Well, because I said I wasn't doing it because I didn't want Aaron Rodgers on my team.
I think the thing is, it's not just black. I think, we talked about this last year. We forget it ain't that many people that done won Super Bowls. And when you start going to look at it, he is your man in Denver, right?
Him and Andy Reid.
And Andy Reid.
Sean.
Well, Andy Reid is guard body now. I got to move Andy Reid out.
Well, yeah, he in the upper.
He with Bill Walsh in there.
Look at he in the upper room. Let's put it like that.
He in that other room. There you go. But really, to win one Super Bowl, it's the shit. And we act like that just comes a dime a dozen. I think Belichick and them might have messed that up, but that don't come a dime a dozen.
It don't. It don't. Because I'll give you the perfect analogy. The greatest winning percentage in all of NFL football is John Madden. John Madden has one championship.
Yep.
One championship. Madden's record is like 112-10.
Yeah, them Raiders teams had some records, man.
But his biggest problem,
he couldn't beat Steelers. Yep.
That was his biggest problem. He couldn't beat the Steelers.
So I always say, man, we go look at this. What do you want? Tomlin is doing what every coach is doing. They're trying to find that way to win the Super Bowl. And really, once teams get it, they use like Philly. They have been now, 3 times in the last?
2 times, 2 out of the last 3.
Yeah, so once you get it, you get it. But they ain't really won but that one time. And that might be the only one you see. People take that for granted, like you just going to keep winning and going. Because I was telling Tiff this the other day, and I'm tired of holding this in. Tom Brady is not the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. Dan Marino is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. Tom Brady is the best winner, I guess. But I am not holding this back no more because I'm tired of this shit. Dan Marino is by far the greatest, if I say quarterback I've ever seen from a quarterback. He is the GOAT of quarterbacks. He ain't the GOAT of winning, but he is the GOAT of quarterbacks to me. And I will go toe-to-toe on that. Just because you win don't always make you the greatest. Mike was the one who but just because you win don't make you the greatest. Dan Marino is the greatest quarterback I have ever seen play football.
I totally agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Bar none.
Marino, ain't even close. Look here, I put it like this here. And number 2 is Elway.
Well,
Elroy.
Montana for me. Montana for me.
The thing about Joe, but let's remember something. Joe is Joe. Joe is he like we say like Andy Reid. He in the upper room. You know what I'm saying? I don't even put Tom Brady in the upper room. Okay, for me, from a quarterback standpoint, it's Marino, it's Elway.
Elway is 3rd for me.
It's probably I'm gonna go and give it to him right now. Pat Mahomes, y'all play with Pat if you want now. That boy bad.
Hey, on the real, I'm another controversial take. On pure quarterback, he ain't better than Warren Moon. Straight up. I will straight up tell you that if you go back and look at Warren Moon tapes, the way he threw the ball and the offense in which he had to operate in, which was only 2 wide receivers, maybe you got a slot every now and then.
Well, they run a spread.
Pure quarterback. Pure quarterback, he is not a better pure quarterback than Warren Moon. Well, he's nowhere near a better pure quarterback than Warren Moon.
I'll say this about Warren.
Deep ball. Now, we always give Tom Brady the deep ball.
No.
Don't test Warren Moon on that deep ball.
No. I don't give. Look at. I'll be the first person to tell you. I don't give Tom Brady nothing.
And they never had the opportunity to do intermediate throws. Only Bill Walsh was doing that. The rest of the league really wasn't dumping it. If Marino wasn't throwing, he was either throwing it to Clayton or Duper or whoever was out there on them sides. He might dump it off every now and then to a slot. But the 80s and up to the mid-90s, man.
I say this all the time about Marino. Marino is the only Hall of Fame quarterback that does not have a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
True.
He is the only one.
Clayton ain't in the Hall of Fame?
Huh?
Clayton ain't in the Hall of Fame?
Clayton and Duper don't have the numbers to get.
I know Duper ain't in all. He was just.
Clayton
though should have the numbers, right?
Clayton and Duper do not have. They don't have the year that he threw for 5,000 yards. Duper and barely had 1,000 yards. Barely. That just lets you know how great that boy was. Marino. There is never another Marino. Okay, I don't care what nobody says.
That release was stupid.
Yeah,
That release
that's
was
the thing.
stupid.
All right, so that's why I say with them, and then my NFC Championship game, I think it's gonna come down to Buffalo and the Chiefs. The AFC Championship game, Buffalo and the Chiefs, and then for the NFC, it's gonna be a repeat of last year. It's gonna be the Eagles and the Rams, but this time it's gonna be played in Los Angeles. It's not gonna be played in Philadelphia.
And they almost won it last year.
And then my Super Bowl pick is Chiefs Rams. Rams got something, man. If Matt Stafford is healthy, because let's remember something. If it wasn't snowing in Philadelphia last year, the Rams had the Eagles beat.
They almost had it. Yeah.
Rams had the Eagles beat.
Matt Stafford will be out by game 6. So that's go ahead and you can mark that shit now. I hope y'all ain't putting y'all are actually here putting faith in a 39-year-old quarterback. Okay, I got Philly then. Ain't no damn way I'm going with Matt Stafford, who I think because Matt Stafford won 1 Super Bowl, we forget Matt Stafford was a great impression of Kirk Cousins for a long time. But I digress. He will be out by games. A 40-year-old quarterback is what you are putting your. Okay, I got Philly now. Thank you, T. You helped me with my pick. I forgot he's like 5. He's 50. He my age. He's 57. So, I got the Eagles. I got the Bills, and I might got a back-to-back. I got to give me game 5. I ain't going out on a limb yet on that one.
Okay. I got you. My only thing is if it's not the Rams, I don't see the Eagles repeat.
I can see it because
if not the Rams, I see Green Bay. I
can see Green Bay playing. I see Philly regardless in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, they gonna get there. I just don't see them going back to the Super Bowl because
Jordan Love is playing. Jordan Love, he got to show me he ain't a mistake waiting to happen. I gave him a lot of credit because of that last little run. But when he started playing consistently, he was a mistake waiting to happen. And I just want to see if he kicked that this year and he ain't that mistake waiting to happen.
And I agree.
I think I gave him too much credit after that little playoff run. And everybody got crunkalicious. And what happened was when he did come back, we get enamored with the big stuff. But remember, he was an interception a game almost, maybe 2 for a while. Yeah. So that's what I got to see get away from him. And he's not a good enough athlete in the run game like Jalen Hurts is to overcome interceptions.
Well, now, the positive for Green Bay is Green Bay's defense is very, very good. Yeah. That is the positive for them. If he don't turn the ball over, that puts them square in the best possible position. I just don't see. The Lions blew their chance, and I'll continue to say that they blew their chance when they lost to the 49ers 2 years ago. That was their chance.
That salary cap situation is horrible.
That was their chance.
They lost a lot of people. Yeah.
Well, you lost your 2 coordinators. That's why I have absolutely nothing for them right now because I can't see them replicate. Because sometimes it ain't the head coach. Sometimes it's who you got calling plays for you, and sometimes it's who you got keeping the locker room straight is what gonna get you where you need to be. That's why I got them making the playoffs only because you don't know what JJ McCarthy gonna do with the Vikings, and then I have zero faith in the Bears. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, I have no faith in the Bears.
The Bears are like the Jets, man. You got zero faith in them. Okay, Aaron Glenn's gonna do a good job. You're gonna see some improvement, but they still the Jets.
If you paint your fingernails, I don't have faith in you.
Okay, we're going to leave it at that then. Kelsey, who you got making the Super Bowl, bro?
Well, I'm going to go with the Bills. I think it's going to be the Bills. They're going to get over the hump this year. But it's going to be the Eagles going on the other side.
Okay.
I'm going to say the Bills, Eagles.
Okay. So, I noticed nobody said the Ravens.
I'm rooting for the Ravens, though. Straight up.
Boy, that's your home team.
If they win the Super Bowl, I will be a very happy camper.
But honestly, I think everybody got the same feeling about the Ravens, though.
Yeah, I know.
You got to prove it.
You got to prove it.
Be like, because this ain't the Ray and Ed Ravens. You know what I'm saying?
No.
This is the Lamar Ravens, and they do good during the year, but somehow every time in the playoffs, you wonder what is y'all doing.
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't it be great though if you and how many years he been in the league? 6, 7 years.
Been in 7 years now.
That is crazy to be at that level of success at 6 or 7 years in the league. Like your only thing left to do is win a Super Bowl.
Right.
That is some stuff. I mean, crazy though. I mean, we on him, and he know why, because I'm only on him because I don't want him to ever change his game. I think he get to them big games and he stops running. Jalen Hurts said, screw that. I'm going to run until I can't run no more. You need to continue to run. They are trying to tamper your superpower, and you fall into that every single time.
Exactly.
Every single time.
But I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be controversial. It's the same thing he did in college, bro. It's the same thing. When he played again, the only game he showed out was the Florida State game that year. Remember the Clemson game? He came up short.
There was a big buzz going into the Clemson game. Yeah.
Right.
And then he saw the water there smooth as I don't know what, and just handled his business.
Like I said, I am rooting. He gotta let them get out his ear, gotta take that Jalen Hurts thing, run. That is our superpower. Use it.
I don't see why not, because that's what's gonna get you over the hump. And see, the Ravens have too much talent for them not to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem I have with the Ravens, because even with the talent they have had, I say again, the Steelers have swept the Ravens, almost every year since Lamar has been there. And the Steelers, this is not now the other thing I did notice, nobody's giving Joe Burrow and the Bengals any love. Which is what I love.
He is he right below the crying truck driver for me. Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow is so I am so tired of hearing Troy Aikman all up on. I'm so tired of hearing everybody saying everything about him. And he get hurt by game 6, or they don't realize in some of these games he do dumb stuff at the end of the game too, because he's a interception, a dumb interception waiting to happen that keeps the team in the game.
Yes,
but nobody ever sees that. Yeah,
both games last
I don't like
year. Both games against the Ravens last year, he messed up both games.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, but he's supposed to be the greatest thing since, whatever. Yeah, I said, I've seen this before. Dan Fouts. All you are Dan Fouts. Yeah.
But Fouts couldn't beat Stabler and couldn't beat couldn't beat Bradshaw. So it didn't matter.
And Fouts to me has had more availability than Burrow, because outside of last year, I didn't even know Burrow was really still playing football because he get hurt.
Well, he put up great numbers last year, but the problem was the defense stinks.
Yeah,
the defense stinks. And we didn't even mention Cleveland, but there's no need because it's Cleveland. So we'll keep it at that. So first show done for the year. Went through all our picks. Can't wait till Saturday. Pretty much can't wait till tomorrow. From tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Man, it is a smorgasbord of just football, man. And it is the most wonderful time of the year. I'm so happy that it's back because baseball sucked. The Braves sucked this year.
My Orioles.
Your Orioles started out hot, and then they fell by the wayside. But the Mariners are hanging in there, so,
Hey, Kyle Riley is a shocker. As a catcher, man, this is crazy.
You 50 home runs as a catcher, bro, and playing every day too. It ain't like
I'm not gonna take this down the baseball road. I know we gotta get off. Outside of Pudge and Johnny Bench, I didn't think I would ever see a catcher that could hit like this again. This cat is killing it, man. And Pudge got popped for Roy. So really, Johnny Bench.
Well, no, I don't look. Pudge,
no, I don't. I'm just messing.
Pudge was special, man.
And Piazza was never a real
Piazza
catcher
was
to me.
garbage, man.
Yeah, because as defense, he was garbage. Kyle Riley, man, this is incredible what he doing, man. And switch hitting doing it.
And he switch hitting. Look here, I heard him say this today, and I didn't realize he had done this, but he is the first person since Mickey Mantle to have 20. From both sides.
Both sides.
From both sides. Not Chipper And you know, Chipper is probably most people regard Chipper and Eddie Murray as the second and third greatest switch hitters other than Mickey Mantle. But they didn't even do 20 from both sides.
Nope.
So I give him credit. He deserved the MVP in baseball, and looking forward to that. Looking to see. I don't want to see the Dodgers win again, but that's kind of how it's looking. Just
because Toronto got the best record in baseball.
Yeah, but they got to show me something.
Around bat and around ball, crazy things happen in the playoffs.
You got to show me something in the playoffs. That's the side. That's just like Milwaukee. Milwaukee been running roughshod over everybody. They got a squad. I don't take nothing from them. They got a squad. It just you got to prove it in October. It don't matter what you do from April to September. What you do in October.
Yep.
You know. All right, fellas. Appreciate y'all. If I don't say this, love y'all to death. I'm so glad we back together. We got a lot of big things going the rest of the year. Every week for the stack. And then SGP, we'll get a few more in for the end of the year. We got some foolishness to talk about because I got some ideas about different shows for SGP because I think what was that last one we did was producers or rappers. I think it was rappers.
I think we did rappers.
All right, yeah. So we gotta do some female rappers on there, and we gotta do top 10 comedy movies, man.
Yeah, we can do that.
And top 10 comedy action TV shows, late 70s through 80s, because we ain't get them after that. So 18.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch.
Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. Who else? We had what was the other one? Kojak.
Kojak, yeah.
All of that. So
yeah, gotta do all them. Yeah, gotta do all them. Yeah.
From the late 70s,
the 70s and 80s.
The early 70s. Yeah.
Look here, would you throw Magnum PI in there?
Yes. You damn right I will. And I throw a man called Hawk in there. Remember that. And Spencer for Hire. Oh yeah, man.
Hey.
And Wise Guy. Remember Wise Guy?
Yeah, Wise Guys was good too. Wise Guys was good too.
That dude was undercover.
Look at Spencer for
Miami
Hire.
Vice.
Bro, that's the number one right there.
No, it ain't, T. T.
Come on now.
Ask your tip. Tell T. You can't watch it now, T. Tubbs and Crockett are horrible at acting.
Look,
oh my goodness, they are bad.
Look, it ain't about the acting. It was the swag, man.
Hey, you can't
the swag.
And go back and look at it.
Look here. The
Crockett
swag.
out of the blue.
The swag. It was
where you going?
Remember when? Look at it. You can remember every good episode of Miami Vice when they went to go kill Calderon. When he went to New York and was with Pam Grier. Come on, man.
But listen, wait, T. I am telling you, when you look at it, you are gonna be like, man, how were you two? Their acting is horrible. And then I went and looked at Sparkle, and it confirmed that Philip Michael Thomas can't act. He just is goddamn it pretty.
That's what he was.
He is pretty Tony. Because, boy, he can act.
That's what it was, though, man.
All right. I took this left. My bad. Hey, we ain't got no theme music. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, my
God. We do that.
That's what we do, man. This is how we roll.
Exactly.
He say Philip Michael Thomas was just pretty. That's all he was.
That's it. Pretty Tony. Pretty Ricky, what they called him.
Oh, man. All right. So we'll see y'all next Wednesday. It'll be after the college games. So it'll be all college next Wednesday. And we'll touch on if the Cowboys gonna start the year, what will be their record after they start the year? Huh?
They'll beat Philly. And then they're gonna go on live.
Look at this. Let me get one of them home tests for you too.
Trust me on this. They're gonna beat Philly Thursday night.
That's how you gotta be, Kels.
Look at
Kels.
Y'all must be gonna bring Troy and Emmett and Michael back for that game.
No, they definitely won't win if they bring them back. You ain't see when they came back and tried to play? You don't want them coming back. No, that is a definite L. No, keep your team you got, Kel, because I think I saw him, Randy, and what's the name? And they see, you don't want that no more, man.
Look at it. Look, that was a commercial, man. That wasn't real.
Hey, unless them cats wearing isotonic gloves, you don't want them out there on that field, man.
Exactly. Awesome. Yeah, nah, definitely. No, but the Cowboys will win that first game.
Okay. Look at it. Keep hope alive. That's one thing I can say. Keep hope alive, bro.
2 Wednesdays from now, we're going to talk about this.
Okay. All right. Look here. When we talk about this one, I know this going to be funny as I don't know what. Because look here. I will personally have to find something to do if y'all win that game, bro.
Wait, what I told we're gonna win it. What was the thing I told your brother and them this morning? Where they put in? I said, no, I took that what you put up, T. Didn't you the one who said next year, guys, for real this time?
I think Steve put that up.
I put that up.
Kelsey put that up. Oh, Kelsey put that up.
Yeah, and I put that, and I said that to Skeeton now, the Skeeton Rick.
Look at it.
In the other chat.
Skeet started last week with
and Rick gave me my traditional fuck you, Dave.
Yeah. Skeet started last week. It's almost that time. We going to the Super Bowl. I like, Bo, you said that day after the Super Bowl, so I already know where your mindset is right now.
Hey, as soon as you talk to him, man, we're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
I know. He'll be like that. He'll be like that till next Friday.
Yeah, the Cowboys will beat the Eagles. They'll beat the Giants, and then they'll lose to the Bears. That's the type of team we have.
Please don't lose to a man who paints his name.
Y'all gonna lose to the Bears, man. I would look. Man, y'all gonna lose to the Giants because it's Russ, man. Come on. Only thing Russ got going for him. Look here, Scatterboo gonna act like y'all Texas for real and run all over y'all.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah. Scatterboo, they running back. Shoot.
Scatterboo, man. If Scatterboo run like that in the league, he will be 2 years in. He will be marrying
one and done.
Maybe one and done.
Be marrying what was Barbarian?
Marion Barber.
You can't run that hard in the NFL or you're gonna die. It just don't work before a year or two.
Hey, Scatterboo made a name for himself, though.
Yeah, he's gonna be scattered on that field.
He is one of the greatest college running backs of all time.
We'll go from Scatterboo to Scattered Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at, but you know what?
Earl Campbell say he wish he could take all that back.
I ain't lying, but look here, it was fun while we watched it, though.
Oh yeah, now Earl is the Scatterboo optimized.
Yeah. Earl was every game looked like every week you had to see the Oilers because shoot, you didn't know what he was gonna do.
I know.
All right, fellas.
All right, y'all.
Thank y'all, and get ready to watch us next week. We got 18 more weeks of this, so y'all already know it's gonna be some foolishness. All right, y'all have a good night. Tell all the fam hello, and thank the wives for letting us play with each other like this.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, but okay, yes.
Tip already know. You ain't got to worry about it. All right, y'all. Peace out.
All right, y'all. All right, peace.
All right.